Alright, you guys, let's talk about bad moods, because I've been in one all day. I woke up angry. I don't think I went to bed angry, but I freaking woke up angry. And it set my day off for the worst start. We have all had those days, right? You know what I'm talking about. You just wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and you just go from there. You just let it continue. That's how your day is gonna be now. And so I woke up, I got annoyed with my alarm, and my husband was asleep and not passing it over to me to fix it. My phone. Passing my phone. That's my alarm. And then I went to work, and like on my way to work, some guy was behind me, and there's usually no one out on the road at 4 in the morning, so I was annoyed with that. And then I got to work, and there were a bunch of little things that were annoying to me because we switched a few things, we didn't communicate about it. It's not the end of the world, but I was just letting it piss me off over and over and over again. I went from being like crabby in the morning to just being flat out mad because it snowballs. And then I snapped at one of my coworkers when they asked me a simple question, and I thought to myself, Desi, what the fuck? Get your shit together. Like, you don't need to talk to them like that just because you're in a bad mood. Like, what did they do that made you mad? So I took some time. And you know what? I decided today's not going to be a bad day. Maybe it's not going to be a good day, but it sure as hell is not going to be a bad day. I'm not going to continue to be angry. I'm not going to continue to be a brat about every little inconvenience that shows up just because I'm in a grumpy mood. So, my dogs are about to bark. There's another dog out there. Oh, it's so cute. So, I took some time. I finished up what I was doing. I had some alone time in the back and thought to myself, like, how can I really get myself to at least be in a somewhat better mood? And I decided to listen to some music, some happy music. I searched happy Disney songs and just listened to that for like 15 minutes. I went out and I watched the sunrise. By went out, I mean I went to the front and watched it through the drive-through window while we waited for customers, because that always puts me in a better mood. And I slowed down. When people talked to me, it took a second to respond. I thought before I spoke. And it's so much easier said than done. And we've been told to do it our whole lives. But it really helps you channel the right energy at the right time, which is super important. So, through the morning, I tried really hard to keep that in mind. I slipped up a few times. But usually in the morning, if I get into a bad mood, I can't get out of it. And I have to like completely remove myself from social interaction for a little while to be able to get back in a good mood. And this time, I had a moment on drive-thru where I was taking orders, and I got into a small argument with a customer about my attitude because I was kind of rude to her, and I didn't want to admit it. But I got myself together, and I got myself into at least like a pretend better mood for the rest of the customers, and I apologized to her, which is a big step for me because I don't admit fault very easily. I don't apologize well, especially in person. It's something I've been working on. So I apologized to her, and I got my shit together and got into a seemingly better mood. It helped. You know, if you smile, even though you're not happy, it releases endorphins and it helps you feel better. Maybe not happy, but better, which is nice. And from there, the rest of my day was just trying to combat every negative thought with something that was neutral or positive. And just try and find the yin and yang for everything, right? So I did that, And then once I was done with work, I took a nap. And here we are. The rest of the day has been great. So, bad moods are not an excuse for a shitty expression of yourself. You have to give 100% all the time. Because you are you. So no matter what, you're always giving 100%. But whether or not that 100% is a positive version, neutral version, or a bad version of you is up to you. And it's really hard to dig yourself out of that bad mood and expressing yourself in that way. Clearly, I had struggled with it all day today. However, some of the key steps that I want to point out is that it's super easy to take a step back and slow down. Take time to respond to things and to think about why something is upsetting you. Because if it's something that continuously upsets you, so let's say every morning I got mad at Jake for not turning off my alarm or passing me my phone to turn off my alarm. Then I'd probably need to reassess the situation and maybe move my phone. Change the situation so that that doesn't have an opportunity to be an issue again. And if it's not a continuous situation where it's not like a repetitive thing that continues to happen, then just think about, so why am I upset right now? What's the real reason? Be honest with yourself. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. That's a valid reason? Cool. Alright. I still don't have a right to throw that at other people. So I need to slow down my reactions, and try and present a neutral version of myself, if not a positive version of myself, rather than a negative one. Because what people see is what you are. And I don't want people to think of me as a negative, grumpy, bitchy person. I may be that person sometimes, and that is human. But if I am in control and I have the opportunity to change my expression of myself, I'm gonna do it every time. Might not do it well. That's what this whole thing is about. Growing together, working together over time. But got this. And some other things to help try and combat bad moods is make sure that you've eaten. Feed yourself. Preferably something that is not just full of sugar, but something that has some nutritional value, makes you feel good, gives you energy, because that will help boost your mood and your physical being. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Water is life, straight up. It is the number one thing you need. You are mostly water. Add some to it. You need it. We're just plants with complicated emotions, if we're being honest. If you are a coffee or pop addict and you're in a bad mood, maybe go and get some of that. You might be trying to quit or whatever, then just be aware that those are symptoms. However, if you're in a bad mood and you haven't thought of those things, go and give yourself a little bit of that thing that usually keeps you out of that mood. Because withdrawal symptoms are real, and they are very effective. Withdrawal symptoms are very effective at changing our expression of ourselves. I hope that made sense. And then make sure you're having enough sleep. Step number 4, make sure you are sleeping enough. If you're in a bad mood and you have an opportunity to go and take a nap, maybe go give yourself that nap. I mean, we're all adults here, but we're all also toddlers with bills half the time. Toddlers need naps, grown-ups need naps, everyone needs naps. Your dog takes a nap. Your cat sleeps 90% of the day. Sleep is great. Sleep, water, food, any addiction that you have. Maybe work on those. That last one. If you need to, for yourself. But remember that those cause your mood to swing, and they can also cause your mood to improve. if you take care of them. If you take care of yourself, you have kindness with yourself, and just approach each situation with compassion and an understanding of what you need. Thanks for checking in and listening to my ramble about my grumpy morning that turned into a alright day. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. I did. Hopefully I'll be able to keep these things in mind earlier in the morning next time I'm grumpy, instead of figuring it out along the way. It's a little rough. Time to go play games.